What was the spark for two adversaries who argued against one another from Bush vs. Gore all the way to the Supreme Court to join forces to overturn California's Proposition 8 ban on gay marriage?
When I was first, now is this working?
I think so. Can everybody hear with you?
Because I would hate to take David's mic. When I was first approached about the challenge to Proposition 8 in California, I recognized the fact that I have a reputation, and I'm known in certain circles anyway as a conservative, Republican, Bush versus Gore, Citizens United, some of these other things. I thought that was exceedingly important that we not present, or in this case not become a distraction, conservative, liberal, or something like that. Also, David and I had become friends over the years. We had always been looking for an opportunity to work together. David is an extraordinarily able lawyer and an enormously gracious and fun colleague. And he's got such enormous talent. So I thought, and our little team as we were forming it, we thought we needed someone on the other side of the political spectrum so that we could present this case and these issues as American ideals, as American values, and that teaming up together, David's firm and my firm, we could present the kind of resources that would undertake a battle that we knew might take us all the way to the Supreme Court. It turned out to last 5 years. We sort of anticipated that it could last that long, and so it seemed like a perfect combination for us to bring our skills together, our resources together, our approach together, and join our reputation so people would forget about is this right for conservatives? Is this right for liberals? Is this a value that's embedded in our Constitution? And the other thing that we thought from the very beginning of this case, that it was more important, it was as important to attempt to win over public opinion as it was to win the case in court. We wanted, if we were able to succeed in this case in the Supreme Court, or ultimately all along the line, we wanted the American people to say, yes, that's right, that is the way it should be. And so we felt that we would have a somewhat unique opportunity, having been on opposite sides of the political spectrum, especially Bush versus Gore, which attracted a lot of attention and was very controversial. But if we could come together, people would say, well, what are you doing? How come you're working together? And then we could explain the values that were important to our client and help to educate the American people and change attitudes. Because when we started, if you averaged all of the polls in the country, there was about an 11 or 12 point differential, people opposing same-sex marriage as opposed to the people that were supporting it. Over the years, and it wasn't just us, lots of other people were doing other things at the same time. But today, the polls have completely switched. It's 10 or 15 points across the country, different in other parts of the country, but if you average those polls, it's 10 or 15 points in favor of allowing persons to marry the person that they love, even if it's of the same sex. So that when the Supreme Court made those decisions last June, a lot of people in America said, yes, that's the right outcome. And so that was sort of the joint goals that we had, and we felt that the combination of our backgrounds would help us achieve those goals.